So this TikToker's name is Catherine, and Catherine believes her husband is having an affair with her best friend. But she has no proof of it. She just suspects it because every time her best friend comes over, her husband gives her best friend big hugs and spins her around, and she's seen him giving her foot massages. And at one point, they've talked about if anything ever happened to Catherine, that they would get together. But nothing really comes of that until one night, her husband's out door dashing, and instead of giving her usual updates, he is really kind of radio silent. So she FaceTimes him, and he explains he's at some location, but based on the background of the phone, she can tell he's not there, so she calls him out. She's like, why are you telling me you're here when you're not really here? And he's like, and he hangs up the phone. So she calls him back again, and he's like, yeah, I'm not really there, but I'm like here. And he's making all sorts of crap up. And all of a sudden, she hears a woman's voice next to her husband, and she's like, who is that? And he's like, it's nobody. And he hangs up again. Now she's livid. She calls him a bunch more times. He finally answers the FaceTime again, and he shows like, oh, look, my car seat, there's nobody here. What are you talking about? So she knows he's gaslighting him, and she gets fed up with it. But before anything can happen, he hangs up on her once more. That's when she decides to call her sister, who lives with her best friend. And she's like, where's best friend at? And sister's like, best friend left with your husband a few hours ago. So she starts phoning her best friend. But best friend does not answer the phone immediately. About 10 calls in, best friend answers the phone and says, hey, what's going on? And Catherine says, Mom, are you with my husband? And she goes, no, that's absurd. Why would I be with him? And she hangs up the phone on her. Fast forward to the next day, her husband and her mom admit to having an affair together. But that's not all, because her mom and dad are still married. So Catherine moves out of the house with the two twins that she has to move in with her grandma. Then her husband and her mom move in together and say they're going to get married. But after a short while, her husband gets tired of the mom and breaks things off with her. So Catherine's mom gets back together with Catherine's dad. And Catherine files for a divorce from her husband and decides not to talk to her parents anymore.